up, everybody? Today's day 25. I haven't done a video since like day 18 or something. This last week has been crazy. So we're out here in Chicago. So I was in Chicago. I did a 2-day consulting visit with a company, and they said, hey, cool, we want you to come back, and we need some more long-term stuff, helping a roofing company go solar. And so came back out the next week and brought my wife and daughter. So we're actually staying with family and stuff that are up here running another solar company. So anyway, so this week has just been super busy and exciting and fun, and a lot of good times. So I wanted to kind of do a check-in on where the business is at and kind of what's happened over the last few weeks. So really what's cool is just it's proving out the model and proving out what I know, which is really a good feeling. But essentially it's now saying, cool, I know there's ways to bring in money, and I have multiple companies reaching out for this type of consulting work. But it then comes back to saying, cool, what was my business model? Do I just want to be a consultant for the next, I don't know how long, 5-10 years or whatever, or do I want to end up doing something that's, impacting, building, and creating something bigger? And so, so this week I've actually spent a lot of time kind of going through and connecting with different resources and people that have helped me, and getting back a little bit to what my main focus was when I originally started. It's not to create a business or work to essentially, not build something or just work forever. It's coming back to the vision of saying, hey, what is the main goal that we have, and what do I really want in life? And so like I said in my first couple videos, that I came up with a formula of deciding, what makes me happy, what makes me feel like I'm living a fulfilled life. And so coming back to that right now has been really important for me, because now I'm seeing, oh man, I have, it's easy to get distracted from these things. It's easy to get distracted from what I should be doing or like what I want to be doing, because of everything that's just like getting thrown right in my face. So one thing that hit me really hard last night, we went to Hamilton, the best play of all freaking time. Kinsey and I are huge fans. We've listened to the soundtrack a million times. I know it by heart. But then being able to see it here in Chicago at the theater, and oh man, big production and everything, just mind blowing. I might have cried a few times, and it was just the best. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's the best. It doesn't matter who you are, it'll be the best. It's worth whatever amount of money you have to pay to go see it. Anyways, so when we were watching it, there's right at the end of Act 1, it basically is Alexander Hamilton deciding what he wants. And they're telling him, his wife is telling him, hey, to work less, like please don't go and do all these big things. He has an opportunity to go back to New York and do some stuff, and so he's basically torn between a couple different options. And I think a lot of people in business get caught up this way, where they're like, cool, do I choose like myself? Which that kind of what it seemed like in Hamilton, where he's like, no, I'm not going to throw away my shot. Like, this is my only opportunity to make the world a better place type of thing. He's like, hey, I got to decide not to stay with my wife, or, kind of like not choosing her and then choosing a career, or choosing, this next opportunity. And in my mind, like, to me, that doesn't seem like the right decision. Like, when I come back to that formula that I kind of created, it was saying like, cool, to me, this is what's most important, and this is what makes me feel like I'm living a fulfilled life. And so, and obviously, whatever decisions people make, that's their own. Everyone has their own formula. But for me, like, it was just really apparent and clear on what my choice would have been. It would have been, hey, I'm going to stay with family and work something out that way, to where, you can be successful in whatever you're doing. And it's not as much about like me throwing away a shot to, change the world or whatever. It's more of like, hey, cool, this is what I feel like is going to impact the people I love most, and be able to, be at the end of my life and being like, oh man, I was super happy with what I made, decisions that I made and where I'm at. And so that was really the focus, and it hit me super hard during that last scene of Act 1. And I was just like, man, how can he decide to do something like that? And so it's just coming back. It's like everyone has their own formula for success and fulfillment. And so I'm just really appreciative that I have a clear idea on what mine is. And so if anybody out there has not had a clear feeling on like what their path is or what makes them fulfilled, I have a couple of really cool practices that I'd love to share with you. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions about it. But it's like a few questions that you do kind of in a meditative state after you've really tuned in and synced up, and then going through these questions and then having, you know, people to bounce the ideas off of and get really clear around them. So super cool opportunity. We'll check in with you guys soon. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.